Blasphemy, where we have the best times with the worst topics.
We're three friends that discuss everything and nothing, from wacky headlines to games and trivia. All subjects bizarre and risque are on the table.
Our weekly guests range from friends, musicians, and artists to professionals in a variety of industries.
We go live on Facebook and YouTube every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Want to support the show? Join our Patreon. You can find it and more at www.simpleblasphemy.com.
So grab a drink and join
it.
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
All right. Oh, wow. Andy.
Yes.
Welcome to the Simple Blasphemy podcast / video channel. All you blasphemers out there. My name is Zach Ward, and I have here with me always Andy's. Okay. What happened? Green?
He's frozen. He's frozen. This is the night
My
of
internet,
being
my
frozen.
internet has been taking a crap.
There you are.
Get used to it. That's
Let
what
it
we
go.
refer to as the dark winter.
Oh.
Flaps down.
Andy, here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Green.
I'm here.
The green cleaning machine, the man that needs no introduction. He's the elder out of the three of us. He
I would
smells
say
like talcum powder.
It's almost time to go back to work. It's almost time to go. Why is it always it's almost time to go back to work, and why is it not it's almost time to retire again?
I don't know.
Because I have not felt what that feels like to retire yet.
You're close. Julio says, good evening, everyone. And all the info on this show can be found on simpleblasphemy.com.
Julio!
If you click that like, share, and subscribe button, this week you receive 5 years of what, Andy?
No flight anxiety. You will
No
never be
flight
anxious
anxiety.
I'm
on
not allowed
a
to
flight.
fly ever again.
I know. We don't talk about that in
I'm
public.
gonna have. You know what? I'm thinking about getting a pilot's license and flying myself because there's flight training like right down the street from me.
It's
And I'm gonna
wagon.
have to do that.
It's called Wagon Wheel. Go get
Is
it.
that what the place is called?
All right. So, as
Gonna
mentioned
have to
this
do
week,
that.
our guest is none other than Jen from Souldier Straps.
Woohoo! Hello.
Are you in your school now, Jen?
I'm not in my school. Not yet.
Oh.
It's going to be a long time. I'm going to be asked that question every day for the next year.
Yeah.
Before I can, but keep going. We'll keep going.
Hey, Jen, why don't you just tell us about yourself? Actually, you know what? We asked two questions of our guest. One silly and one serious, I guess. The first question is, what's the worst job you've ever had?
Oh. Can they be fun if they're bad? Or just hellish bad?
It's
You have to qualify.
dealers, yeah.
Like a worst job could also be a favorite job, but I don't know. I like all my jobs. I'm sorry, I'm lame. I like to work. I'm a worker.
I know. What's the worst job you ever had? Were you ever like, would you work at a morgue?
All right, fine. I will tell you the worst job I ever had. A landscaper when I was 16. I was a landscaper.
Oh.
And I signed up so that I could, like get in shape and get a tan at the same time. And I have never been more sexually harassed at work in my life ever.
Wow.
Yes. Well, Namm, but that's only for 4 days. This was the entire summer.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. Yeah.
It was okay.
No. And what type of machinery did you man when you, no pun
Because
intended?
Oh
when
my
you-
God.
Shot at that
You're
point.
fucking insensitive.
Like
right
when
off the
you
bat.
landscape,
Sexually harassed? What did you say?
were you? Come on,
Folks,
what are you
folks, I want.
I was a weed puller.
Okay.
Oh, you weren't giving some
Okay.
like motorized fucking
So,
thing that was
me
like
too.
slinging blades and shit.
Yeah, you live in Michigan.
Mhm.
That means something different now.
Yeah, I know. And then while I would be pulling the weeds, they would be telling me that I could come to work in my bathing suit, and that's how they liked their women was in the weed pulling position.
So it's like the opposite of the Middle East.
I would have come to work with a fucking
it probably
box cutter.
Yeah. Yes. So
Okay.
but yeah, it worked. I got in shape. I got a tan. So
I have a chainsaw that's powered by a V8 engine that you could have brought into work the next day. I'd like to see them tell you the same thing at that point.
I don't know if that really would have kept them from saying anything.
It's called the cock squabbler.
I think that was pretty much my introduction to that. So,
really?
I should try it. It was fine. It prepared me for later on in life.
For Namm.
For Namm. It prepared me for Namm.
We'll get into that. Now, question number 2 is of the serious sort.
Mm-hmm.
What does the word equality mean to you?
Everybody gets treated the same. How else would you look at that?
Oh, believe it or not, we ask this of everybody, and everybody has a different.
Mm-hmm. They're all equally good answers. Everybody's had a good answer so far.
Yeah. No, I would say I'm thinking about it as far as people, but everybody gets treated the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Now, for everyone that's tuning in or listening to this, especially in India, thank you so much for tuning in. Andy and Jen and I would spend a week together for many years in California at something called the Namm Show. Mm-hmm. So we've been pals, and minus Andy.
Yeah,
that's true.
I don't know. He sneaks in there. I thought he snuck in there last time somehow.
And I've never been there.
That was another one of Ward's friends.
Okay.
Maybe. So we're all pals, and that's why it's going to be kind of fun and funny. But
yeah, it's good to go back on that because Zach Ward and Jen have a very special relationship where they rib upon each other quite extensively, and they have a lot of fun in their talking. So be shocked, but understand that they really give it to each other.
I didn't know any of this was happening. I didn't know that was going on. What are you talking about?
That's one of the beautiful things about Ward. He treats everybody like either a sister or a brother.
Or a sister brother.
Or a sister brother.
Depends.
We're about the same age, aren't we? I believe. We don't have to get into that, but
no, I think I'm younger than you for sure.
Looking wise, yes. So
that's a backhanded fucking compliment right there.
By her or me? Wait, who? So the one thing we never really dove into before was basically the history of your company, Souldier. And I think that's what dawned on me, that it would be great just to hear your journey. You know what I mean? Why you look at me like that? Like I'm crazy?
She's expecting you to say something offhanded.
I'm just waiting.
But no, he's not going to. He actually we really do seriously want to know. I want you to tell us. We want you to tell us.
Like a sibling.
Yes, very much.
I feel like you probably heard the story so many times. You should probably just be like, you should tell me.
But there's at least half a dozen.
I haven't heard it.
People.
I haven't heard it.
Okay, so does that start now?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are we like
center square?
Okay.
And action.
Okay. So I started a guitar strap company in 2005 using recycled seatbelts and vintage fabric. An impetus for that was that the guys in my band needed birthday presents. I was a cello teacher turned evening bass player in a rock and roll band in Chicago. The guys had birthdays that were 2 days apart, so I decided to make them each a guitar strap to fit their personality. And they had very different personalities. So from that day on, the guitar strap was the personality of the person to me. And I went out on a mission to find more people to outfit or, to make... to give style to different people who like different music so that it wasn't all the same. So that's kind of where it started. And then
we have to know, what was the band's name? I think that's...
It was the Lesser Scene.
Is it like Seam? Like you...
No, it was like Scene, like SCENE. Okay. And then it became The Ways and Means.
The Ways and Means. What are the meanings?
Is that like the beans and Franks?
What are the meanings? I don't even know. I think we had some really dicey band names on the table, at least for my opinion. So, it was consensus. There's a lot, like I said, we're always dealing with all these different personality types. And so you land somewhere. That's kind of how, that came. The Ways and Means was from, one of the committees in the government, the Ways and Means Committee.
So if we had started a band, we'd probably be like the Frankincense and Myrrh. Is that kind of?
If that's what it came down to, but I'd keep looking.
Okay.
Fine,
fair
I don't know if I just land there unless you're playing a show and you got to come up with something.
So you went to school. You were a teacher, right?
Yeah. Before that, I was a teacher.
So
10 years.
And 10 years as a teacher, I mean, you probably started teaching at 17. Were you like a Doogie Howser of some sort, or?
Yeah, I think 21.
21, fair enough.
The that I could.
And you already had like a sewing machine, or did you? How did these first straps?
So the first straps, yeah, I probably had a sewing machine, but I'm like a serial maker since childhood. I've done every sort of project you can. I used to make clothes out of curtains and wear them to high school and make myself my own bell bottoms, like in the 90s when bell bottoms weren't a thing, but that was just, they would be out of curtains. And kind of, mortified my cousin in class with me because she did not want to be seen anywhere near me. So I was always making stuff. And so making a guitar strap wasn't far off. And I thought that if I got one a wallet and one a flask, they'd want each other's gifts. So there was no better way to ensure that they had their own personalized gift than to give them a guitar strap. So one guy Ben used to wear white button-down shirts with the collar because he'd just get out of the ad agency. And I made him a black, it's our crop circle, a black strap with like red dots on it. So that would stand out against his white shirts. And then Neil always wore those really heady corduroy jackets with the patches on the sleeves, like the professor jackets. Oh, yeah. And so I made him something, and it was like a really, really highly textured red and gold embroidered something that would look nice with his jackets. So it was in both occasions, they were, like completely different people, but the construction was the same. And so our guitar straps now are essentially exactly the same as they were day one. When we bought the fabric and we're going to put it on something, I knew I needed something durable and was just in my craft closet. And I had seatbelt from my dad who worked on cars. Wow. So he just happened to have, at some point, was like, here, take this back to Chicago when you go with you. And I had a box of like 20 pieces of seatbelt. So I had these fabrics that matched their style. And then I needed something durable, and the seatbelt was sitting there. So I just put them on seatbelt, and that was that. Then after that, I went to 3 shops in Chicago to see if they would carry our stuff, because I had taught at a lot of music schools around the city. So I figured I had at least a good chance of somebody listening to me. And I think I almost vomited before I walked into that first store. I was so nervous. But walked into the first store, asked them if they would buy them, made up some prices the night before. The first store said yes. The second store said yes. The third store gave me some trouble. So I went back to them a year later. But after those 2 stores said yes, it was like all hands on deck mission. I went out, found more fabric to use, started buying recycled seatbelts, would make more straps, and the next weekend would go to like the next town and talk to them. And initially it just started in the suburbs of Chicago. I probably hit every store in Chicago, and then Milwaukee's an hour away. So I drove to Milwaukee. St. Louis is 3 hours away. Drove to St. Louis, and then Green Bay, and then just out and out and out and out and out and out.
So were you married at this time or not married?
Not married.
Oh, and he still married you after all this.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's called, well, I'm just saying, could you imagine all of a sudden
dedication?
Like, yay, I got a teacher wife. This is a government job. We got insurance and everything.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? I think I'm going to hit the road and sell these straps.
Isn't that like being with a guy that's in a band that's just like, you know what, I'm going on tour for a couple of weeks. I'll see you later.
Well, he encouraged me the whole time. Whole time. He's just been like, yeah, go do it. And I'm like, really? Okay. If somebody would have said no a few times, maybe no, I don't know if I would have fully backed down. But
how did you come up with the name Souldier then? I mean, because of course we know, but that I think it's just a perfect correlation to everything. And it did the, and were you naming it Soldier? Part 2 of the question, were you naming it so that you could sell it easier in Chicago?
I had nothing to do with that. So when there's like to the beginning of my story is there's so many layers going on. Okay. That it just keeps going back and back and back. So I always try to cut it off at a start point. But before Souldier started, I got pregnant. We got pregnant, and I was going to have my first kid, and I was super nervous about how we were going to pay for diapers. And so I was like, I need to find some little side income business that I can do. Plus, I used to go out a lot before I got pregnant, and all of a sudden I was like, now I can't go anywhere and I can't drink. So I'm at home with nothing to do. So I broke out the sewing machine and just started making stuff for like 4 hours a night. I mean, I think I was like 27 and can't drink, can't go out with friends, can't do anything. And you're stuck inside your house. You got to do something. So that's kind of where the sewing machine came back out. And I was looking for for how was I going to pay for diapers, and just to make sure that lasted. So the baby was born, Geneva was born, and right before she was born, I can't remember, there's like the Killer song Soldier came out. I've got soul, but I'm not a soldier. But there was an image in my head before that song came out, which was the hippies putting flowers in the barrel of the gun. Okay. And also like with Souldier, I felt like I'm not here trying to start a business. I'm here trying to like make sure that we all survive. Like there was a definite, I wasn't going to go call a company somewhere else and have them make my stuff and ship it to me in a box. Like I got an order, I would go sit at the sewing machine and work to have some back stock so that if for some reason something bad happened, that there would be some, so it was like really like a more of a personal, like pushing forward, but doing the work. I don't know.
It doesn't seem like it seems like it could be something that was not easily done, because I know you worked your ass off for it. But if you were to sit down, how long does a strap take one person to make?
It depends. I'm the worst person to ask that because I am fucking fast. And I'm our best sewer. Even though I don't want to be, I shouldn't be, but it's like the skill that you build. It's like, if I had any other skill, I'm just really good at that skill at this point. So, if I have new hires, they can sometimes they can sew 6 straps in an hour would be good. I can make one every 2 minutes.
So what about this? Back in junior high, I had to qualify to get my sewing license.
Yeah.
Do you require new hires to get a sewing license, or?
No.
What's so funny about that, Andy?
That's into my school, but I don't know. We can have that. The school, we are going to. So we bought a school. I'm sure we'll get to that. We're kind of jumping ahead now. You're gonna like pretend like you're in the movie,
You did it, Ward.
There it is. Yes.
We bought a school.
Yes.
Now, are we talking a middle school? Are we talking an elementary school? A high school?
It's a little kids' elementary school, so it's 22,000 square feet. It's it's not, it doesn't have like a basketball gym. I might need help cleaning it. I'm not gonna, but it's not so massive that I don't know. People think it's huge, and I'm like, oh, this is completely manageable. But
I completely understand that.
I have a different mindset than people. So
penis.
Sorry,
penis.
So
you don't let them get away with that.
So hold on a second. So the one thing I do want to, I brought my first strap that I got from Jenny. So I'm just going to put this back to here.
Jenny.
So here's my first strap I got just about 10 years ago, maybe more. Ish.
Really good.
It's beautiful.
So the cool thing about this strap here is that you know what? I'm gonna give myself center square for once. Hold on, because I got stuff to show.
Oh shit.
Oh, hold on, hang on. So I really super liked it. This this strap here, folks, has probably been through, I want to say, probably be about 2,000 gigs maybe over the course of the years.
Man.
And it looks like it's brand new. You know what I mean? Nothing has came up. But the astonishing part, when I show people this, is here's the tip of it. Well, at least 2,000 gigs, and this thing's still. Yeah, it's stretched.
Normally
a
that
bit.
is blown out.
Yeah, normally it's gone, but that's the actual.
Awesome.
But the bottom part is hardly. It's basically brand new. Now I do remember I did put a little cut in that just to go around my acoustic buttons a little bit.
It's called an episiotomy.
I gave it a episiotomy. That's right. Oh, very clever, Andy. Very nice but never
Right,
once
gets paid the big bucks.
even washed the thing, which is probably gross. But that I retired about, I don't know, last winter, Namm, because Jenny gave me the same thing, except she gave me the bigger version for older people.
The bigger version
You know?
for older people.
So I've been using this one, and this has the the thin guy at the very bottom. But
Yeah.
as you can see, it's probably upside down because of the camera stuff. But these things, and this is when I talk about Souldier Straps with people, because on occasion we get people like come up to me and say, "What the hell is that?" I've got.
It's too bad they don't already know. It's really too bad.
Oh, yeah, well,
Your
I don't
fault,
know.
Ward.
I don't think somebody can look at a strap and just and instinctively know where. I don't think
I think I can.
Not
You
yet,
can,
but one
yeah.
day. But one day they
I
will.
can.
Oh, you can because that's you. But I sure. And the thing about it is they just last forever. I mean, years and years and years and years, and that's why I love these straps personally. Now, this isn't a paid program show, but I was given the strap for free. Full disclosure, isn't that what people in podcasts say? Something like that.
Yeah.
You're paying me back with this podcast right now, just so you know. I've been waiting to collect.
My God.
So get down on your knees and say thank you.
Patrick says, "No way. That's a really good sign of durability. Non-stretched ends, really impressive." It is true.
It is true.
Folks. So
I still wear my mask. Souldier Straps made masks during the beginning of the pandemic, and right as it happened, the first masks that I bought were from Jen. And they're still, and I wanted to get the one that had black on one side, yellow on the other, so I could look like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Thank you very fucking much.
There we go.
Don't get over here.
Green, what you got?
Did you actually step up like right from the beginning of that, like when the whole COVID first hit, that when there was a mask shortage? Were you one of the first people that stepped up to that? Because I was honestly thinking about doing something like that because it was so easy to do.
Already.
I mean, my mask would have been super cheap, but I mean, somebody with your skill would have been able to make a really good quality mask. But were you on the forefront of that?
Well, I was making them for another company in March, or I think in April, right then, and then that stopped, and I just decided that I would make them for myself. So we put them on Reverb. We killed it on one Sunday afternoon, and then Reverb decided not to list masks anymore.
That's cool though, man.
Jim, we know Jim's watching. He watches every week, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know if Jim was responsible. I don't think he was responsible. It's probably,
I'm just joking.
Corporate.
So
oh wow, Zach Green got a margarita.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
Look at you. I was wondering why there was a pedal spinning on the back and not another cup or tumbler. Oh, look at him.
What?
Fancy.
What?
Fancy.
No.
We're just all staring at it because we're
I'm gonna just stare.
Why
at
did the conversation end?
Because you accepted something from an unknown off-screen entity.
Yeah,
my lovely wife, Rachel Green.
Looks like you won an award.
I did.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so we covered that. We covered this. We covered this, and we covered that. Let's see what else. Other pick. Oh, and so another point to be made. The cool part about being in the business that we are, and Reverend You get to meet artists. You get to meet artists. I know Jeff from Wilco is a huge, a guy that always has your straps on. It seems every picture. But we get to meet some interesting people. Who are some of the more interesting people?
Who the hell's that guy? Why the fuck's he wearing an Aerosmith shirt? It's not like you have any ties with Aerosmith or anything.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp. Who are some of your favorite people that you've got to meet over the years because of your strap business? Now, by the way, she makes straps for cameras. She makes bracelets. She makes
dog
jewelry.
collars, belts.
We did. You did
Restraints,
string bracelets.
Restraints for all kinds of.
You make belts?
Yeah.
metal buckles, and everything.
Dude, I wear out my belts so quickly because they're made out of the cheapest fucking quality
No.
the man can.
Yeah, we have leather belts. They're yeah. The leather belts I just put up on Reverb and Etsy because we're
Is there a specific?
I buy mine at the dollar store.
Is there a specific breed of hide that you is it like a grass grazed only?
As far you can see my leather, some of my leather. This is like my immediate use leather. Because I
Think
have
about it.
That's some professional shelving
When-
right there.
When the school's all finished, you can have an immediate use leather room.
Yeah.
rolls and
Okay.
rolls and rolls. Yeah, no, I have a very specific suppliers. So I have like 5 different companies that I work with, 6 different companies that I work with for leather stuff.
And how many do you make any types of products for other than cameras, dog leashes, the music industry, fashion? Is there anything else that we maybe aren't even pervious of that?
I don't know. I mean, we do T-shirts and hats and stuff like that, but I'm like trying to see what's on my table right here. Most of it's just bags and seat belt guitar straps and leather guitar straps. We are starting to do more bags, which is really fun because I've been thinking about them for a long time, and then it's just you just got to get up and do it. So this week I've been patterning bags in the evenings.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's Souldier SOULDIER.US is the website. Just want to get that out there real quick. So any other famous people that you were privileged or?
Yeah, well, we have a signature guitar strap coming out with Johnny Marr this winter.
Oh.
Yeah, and that is, all the people I meet are just awesome. You probably already know that.
Well,
and if
I'm
they're,
one of them, I hope.
Yeah. Oh, come on. At least 2.
And who else? I love Isaac Brock from Modest Mouse. He and I have had some crazy conversations together. I feel like we are kindred spirits somewhere in the world. I'm going to go follow him around in his caravan. I would do that.
I hear that John Coolman from the band Highbinder is a big fan of yours. Also, the guy that plays in my band that loves your straps.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I get to work with all the cool people, all the cool kids. So no complaints.
So has there ever been any, what kind of requests do you turn down, or you pretty much you'll make what, the only reason I'm asking this is like, if you watch some cake building companies or things like that, people give these weird outlandish ideas like, hey, I want a whole like aqua, I want jellyfish and shit in my guitar strap or whatever.
I want an aquarium strap.
Thank you.
I love those things. That's the one thing that I mean, there's no aquarium straps, but I get lost in customer requests because I think if I can make that one person happy, then I have a new product. So I usually never say no to those things. I always, I'll give somebody my contact information and say, hey, let me know. And if it seems like something that could be viable in the future. I mean, sometimes people are just like, why don't you just like stick this string of lights in here? And like, I'm like, I'm not.
But does it have to be material based, or can it be like other things outside of material? Like I have a lot of remnants from my childhood house when they knocked it down.
Yeah.
So I mean, could you incorporate like pieces of like
trinkets,
strap taxidermy?
No, like splinters of wood or
No,
like,
that wouldn't be something that I would maybe advise you to, why don't you buy one and make your own?
Yeah, hot melt.
Like,
Why don't you go and fuck yourself?
oh, I do, Andy. I do. Every day I do.
No, yeah.
Let me just keep my mouth shut. That's all this is.
Oh no, I love you.
So
we can make you a pocket strap, and you can stick all the things in the little pockets.
Ooh.
Splinters, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, there you go.
I think they put those on the market.
It's like the one that a charm bracelet. You just
one.
in the pocket. You can put all your fucking bullshit in the pocket on the strap.
It's almost like
change your bullshit on the go.
Yeah, it could be like one of those holiday, calendars that
an advent calendar.
Oh my gosh!
I've had this chocolate in here since 1997.
My friend in Chicago just started making CBD advent calendars, which we're getting close. We're getting close, but every day you get a new piece of CBD chocolate, and I think I have to get one.
Is there a place where you can write down the effects afterwards, like a little notebook that comes with? It says,
when you open the door,
you open the door and it says,
"So,
can I get DMT from them?" Wow, please. I am looking to go on a DMT trip before
by the 24th or 25th.
That is. Yeah, I'm lost.
It's psychoactive.
I'll stay on my side. I'll stay on this side.
We're going to have a guy on here in a few weeks who does DMT regularly. Listen for more.
I'll listen.
I try to follow his thing.
All right, hold on a second. So, what are some of the common myths behind this side of the music business that you encounter? I know we do too, but what are some of the common myths?
On about being like the Namm environment.
Well, yeah, even just being on the manufacturing side of the music business.
Or manufacturing.
Oh, you needed to prep me for this one. I probably could have. Let me see. That it's easy, that it's fun, that employees are cooperative and everybody gets along, that you don't have to, that, people just come to you, that, you just show up and the whole thing works. I've got lots of them.
That's a good point.
Yes.
And like on our side of the coin, except for Zach, they think I just sit and play guitar all day.
You do.
And
that's what you do.
Just
so what does that comment mean? That's what I do?
You're setting them up, so you're literally playing guitars all day.
Oh yeah.
To be fair,
but people that go and do like the conventions and stuff like that, like, so you just sit around and play guitar all day? No.
Every day I ask for somebody
to kill you.
Forget it.
To release me from
basically for somebody to release me. Basically,
Jen,
you got it.
You know what though?
Yeah.
I gotta say, I have to do a plug for you, Zach, which is what you do.
He's talking about Zach Ward, not me.
I'm sorry, Zach Green. I don't know you well enough to have long term.
Yeah, it's Zach Ward. It's Zach Ward. Yeah.
But for anybody who's listening, who listens to Zach all the time, oh my God, I'm gonna screenshot your face doing that. I already have one good screenshot from today when you froze. It's great. I'll send it back. You can add it to the podcast later. But Zach is super good at what he does. You just get sold stuff. You don't even know how it happened. You're in his pocket within the first 5 minutes. I mean, that's kind of how we became friends. And he's everybody's best friend, and he's got a really bad sense of humor, which helps us all get through the day. So
that is a beautiful way to
sweet talker.
God,
it
that's
works.
beautiful.
And you know what? We all love it. I love
that's
it.
beautiful.
So
Zach Ward
think about Zach Ward, I think about thank God I did not have him as my younger brother.
Younger
or older brother.
Sibling.
I would be fine. I'd have jobs for Zach all day long. Zach.
I would have jobs for you too.
Zach, go fuck yourself.
I do. Yes, I do.
So okay. So the name, a lot of people
okay.
A lot of people have heard of the Namm Show. They've never really been there. How did you hear about okay, the Namm Show is the National Association of Musical Merchants. Basically, violins, pianos, keyboards, sliding, anything that has to really do with the music
shitload
industry.
of guitars.
Or also taught in schools, computer programs, music, pretty much. And on occasion, there'll be people there that are unrelated, but also like, hearing protection to yada, 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 right? It's the big one. Convention-wise, how did you hear about the Namm Show, and what encouraged you or even intrigued you to get involved in having a booth there and showing off your products?
Who tricked you?
Who tricked me? So no one tricked me. I had been in business for a year. I was kind of sneaking around the country, walking into stores, making money, selling guitar straps to people. They liked them. All of a sudden, artists are wearing them. It's getting bigger. And I'm like, well, we should find out if there's a trade show for this. And just did some searching online, found out that there was Namm. So I think I thought about it for 6 months because I was terrified that as soon as I showed up, somebody was going to see what I was doing, like a real company, not like my company, but a real company was going to see what I was doing, and they were going to copy me, and I would be out that same show, and then that would be the end of Souldier. So I think in December, when the show is in January, I almost pulled out and did not go to Namm because I was like, I've got this little thing. It's going well. Nobody needs to know that I've got this little secret thing. But I showed up anyways because I had already made the deposit. I think it was like in 2007.
Well, I'd spent the money.
Yeah, so I showed up and I was kind of ready to fight anybody who came up to the booth. Any question that I deemed as weird, I was just like, "Who are you and what do you want?" And then,
which I think is what you said to me when I
me. What do you want? But the best was I had some great experiences at that show. One of the first ones was I went with my sister because she was like, "Take me in California," and so she went with me. And you all met her. She was there was a guy who walked up to the booth and he said, "Where's the man?" And I was like, it must have been a customer or some guy in the booth. I don't know. There was the man. There isn't a man. And so then he's like, "No, where's the man?" And I was like, "No, it must have been somebody else. There wasn't a man here." And then he left. And he left and he came back around and I saw him again. And it gave me like 45 minutes to realize what he was asking was that he couldn't talk to me to buy the product because he needed to talk to the man. And that's when I was like, "Look, I am the man and you will deal with me." And I kind of, was like, "This is what's going on. Get your card out. We're placing an order. What do you want?" And then,
I love it.
Yeah.
There's a big cultural,
that sucks.
Explosion that happens there too. So you're going to get a lot of different people that come in there and then they expected
all over the world.
And that reminds me back when I used to work on video games, I was apprenticing off somebody that just like knew everything about everything. And we would go on these repair jobs to where we'd go and fix classic arcade games or whatnot, businesses, private houses. And a lot of times, because the person I was training under was a female, they would like the guy would look at me and talk to me. And I was like, hey, I'm only an apprentice. I don't know anything.
I'm here to learn.
There's the expert over there. And like after telling the person that, like they still wouldn't like. I'm like, I don't know anything. Talk to her. She knows everything. She's training me. They still wouldn't get it. And I remember just thinking to myself, like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I think
get with the fucking program.
That was a good one for me because I learned how to handle that situation, or I had the experience of handling a situation day one, show one, person 20, and from there on it was no longer a problem. But I kind of would just like had this like in my back pocket if I needed it. And I've needed it since. But yeah, the whole show was, I mean, the first one where I heard Surfer Girl through a distortion mic from the guy who was across from me every hour on the hour for 5 days straight. And he was he had made his own stage. So he was on his own stage in his own booth. He was the only person in his booth, and he would just sing to himself.
Surfer Girl.
Yeah, surfer girl.
Well, you missed it because you didn't go to Summer Nam this year, but I literally went off on and I never get like super upset anytime. I'm usually the glass is half full kind of guy.
Yes.
And a company next to us was like, there was hardly anybody at this.
I would have
show
paid
anyway.
to see this.
There was hardly anybody at this Namm show anyway. It was a very low attended because of they just opened it up and the COVID thing and masks and all that, and very low attendance. And there's this guy next to us that makes basically replicas of Telecasters and shit. You know what I mean? And no design really into it. He used someone else's design, which is fine. And just blaring in his booth the loudest music you could, the 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it seemed. And I'm looking around, there is nobody playing. There's nobody even, we have no amps. We were told there's no electricity anyway, so we didn't bring amplifiers or anything. He's the only one. And I literally went off on this dude and walked back. And I think even the people that were there were like, wow.
God, I would have paid to see that.
I go, there is no fucking reason for this nonsense.
There's no fucking people here to hear this
there
fucking
was nobody nonsense. Now, see, if you can imagine, if you ever
I've never seen you go off on anybody.
Oh, it was passive aggressive. It wasn't.
He was hungover.
God, I would have never seen that.
No,
don't get me wrong.
No, there is a Taco Bell in Nashville video of me getting up with the band at Taco Bell the night before. But it's weird. They had Nashville and Taco Bell. They had bands. They have a whole stage, so you can get your
Taco Bell Nashville has a stage.
Yeah, you can get your burrito supreme and a margarita and enjoy music. Anyway,
some Bon Jovi Supreme.
I chose the word nonsense for some reason. I said it over and over again. There was nobody even in their booth checking their products out and blaring this blues fucking crap that no one fucking listens to. Anyway, sorry, I just rabbit trailed on that. But if you ever,
that's why I don't go to those things.
Go to the Namm show,
that's
folks.
why I don't go to those things.
No, Green, you have to go.
You only need 1 day. You only need 1 day. Anybody who thinks they want to go, you don't need 2 days.
If you need 2 days, the second day you make sure to walk through wherever the drums are at really slow.
Yeah,
and make sure that it's on the way to get the best food. The only food that you're going to get is past the drums.
And it's nachos.
Or tuning the drum. The guy tuning the drum who hits hammers. No, the guy hammering the cymbal. From 10 a.m.
Tuning the cymbals.
Just turning the cymbal head.
Hammering the little puckers in the cymbal. Doesn't he do that? The guy does that?
Who's the drummer of the Chili Peppers? Chad Smith?
Yeah.
Chad Smith.
I heard he was chosen because when he was auditioning, he's like, how can I stand out? And he's like, oh, I got it. So when he was doing his drum solo thing, he started on the top of his lungs, started swearing all the fucking, like swear words like fuck, bitch, cunt, whore, as he's playing his drum solo as loud as he could.
Interesting.
I don't know if that's true or not.
You get the job.
It's been a way for you to just, do that.
I remember he was like
video, but
I was looking for a way to stand out.
Yeah. You're just like, let me see if this works.
I have some stuff I want to get to really quickly. So if are you going to be able to make it to the Namm show now in June this next year? Or?
Oh yeah, I have another 6 months to get ready. Yeah, I'll be fine.
So
she should be at the sewing machine right now making more straps for backstock.
The owners of Reverend, their child graduates that week, so they will not be there, which I will be.
Goodness.
I believe I'm manning the booth by myself, but maybe Green, this is the opportunity for you to come up with me.
Well, maybe.
Hey, why don't you have me come?
All three of us.
I told you he's there all the time.
All three
I
of
told
us.
you he's there.
Don't say it.
Interviews and
Andy,
everything.
Don't say it.
I've already had you in a hotel room more than once. So I don't need to have you come again. Okay. Sorry, Andy.
You're not sorry.
We had so much fun together.
We did.
Didn't you guys have bunk beds last time?
No,
no.
Ken and I had one in New York City for.
That's great.
Oh, that's true. He was on the top, I believe.
That'd be terrifying.
Andy, just really quickly, I just want to look at you in the eye. I miss being with you in California. I do.
You know what? Out of all the things that I miss about my previous life, that's one of the top.
We have fun. I have video somewhere on my
time.
Facebook page of Andy's last trip when we first made it to the airport, and he's coming down the escalator, and I just was videotaping his movements, commemorating his knowingly last trip. But aside from all this, Jen, we have things we have to cover really quickly. I have scoured the internet to find other things that are of fashion.
Oh my God!
To maybe just because we only got about 15 minutes left to get your critique.
Here's the Ed McMahon portion of the show.
Is this a good design? Is this something maybe you would incorporate, or is this something you've already done and somebody's copied off you?
Hey-o!
That sort of thing. So if you would be so kind, let's just pull up a couple examples really quickly. Okay, I've got a lot of them.
You're making me nervous.
Here we go. Number one. Here we go.
What the hell is that?
Butt pocket.
Okay.
That's a back pocket.
Andy, if you could be so kind, most of our people that hang out with the show are audio only. Could you describe the photograph that you see?
This woman has very nice skin.
No, we don't know it's a woman.
It's her back. Oh, okay.
It's her front.
This person's back.
It's the person's front.
No, yeah, it's the back.
This is the back. This is the
You can
back.
see your elbows.
It's the front.
You know what? Maybe this person is differently abled. Anyway, there's a pocket
Computer program.
in the middle of their torso.
Not only that, it's
On her
khaki.
back.
It's a khaki pocket. It's a frocket.
Very traditional.
Khaki pocket on a khaki frock.
Very traditional.
With some crazy weird necklace underneath.
That's not a necklace. That's an undershirt type thing. That's like a swimsuit or some shit.
No.
I don't know where this came from, but this looks like another country's Gap outfit. Maybe we got khakis and blue. Jen, what do you think?
That's where the picture goes.
Does this pass?
That's where the picture goes.
Is this something you would,
Is this a soldier? Is this a future soldier?
Would somebody? No, could you imagine? Jen, hold on.
That's where you keep the fucking onion from reincarnating.
So I can
Jen,
get past the smirk.
It's called a strap on.
No, think about this for 1 second, Jen. So somebody's coming up to you and say, "Oh, I really like these straps. Is there a way I can get some more information? Do you have a business card, perhaps?" And then you just turn around, and go take it from the pocket.
Right back here.
That'd be memorable.
It'll be like ninja.
That's
like
basically
wait a minute.
talk with a hand.
Oh, you keep them back there and you give them to them yourself. You give them the sleight of hand card.
Oh, my pal Jay says Summer Anaheim will be terrible, but I will be there.
We'll be with you.
I don't know if you should be in Anaheim during the summer.
That's what it is next year.
Oh, they're doing it in. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not in the industry anymore. I'm
June.
I'm a mental health geek.
Yeah, it's so. Let's see, the plectrum pocket. Okay, all right. So let's and Jay, by the way, Specialty Traders. That's his store. The next outfit here. I'm thinking placement is important.
It's the circle of life.
You know what? I mean, it would be better if the mouth was just a little bit lower. If you strip that whole print down just a little bit, it would be perfect.
So for those that can't see, and not that you can't see, it's just that you might be listening to the audio version. This is
it's all inclusive. I want Zach Ward. Zach Ward, yeah, you should describe this one.
Is this Simba?
Yes, it's Simba. It's young Simba.
This looks to be a late. It's a
this is how you get flagged on the internet.
One-piece swimsuit.
One-piece swimsuit.
For women, girls? No, she's got,
It looks like there's a starter pack there.
Yeah.
But
Jesus
Christ. It's between.
Sadly, the mouth of Simba is in a horrible.
Yeah, it's just right above the crotch. But if you just moved it down a little bit, then it would be more
red in the right area.
Like you did it on purpose.
More realistic.
Accident. And then you could, and then if you made those for adult women, they would sll really well. You'd have all the cougars on the beach with a crotch on their hoo-ha, and they would just walk around and be like, look,
Yeah.
Roar!
I already know these ladies on the beach in Chicago.
Roar!
Ladies on the beach.
I can sell those.
Okay, well, okay. That sounds like a positive take on that.
25% of all proceeds go to the Zach Green Foundation.
I'm really,
to like a different,
I am really on this planet.
The Disney
really
Simba, you know more. I've got
Okay. All right. Product.
You're stuck with us, Green.
Next product here. Let's take a look.
Oh my God.
Okay. Again, Jenny, I don't know.
It's a belt, right?
It's $47.
It's a thong. It's a jean waistband thong.
I don't. You do fashion.
I think it's a belt.
It has belt loops. That's the only problem.
It could be a belt holder.
Is it a belt for your belt?
You didn't tell me this is from Porn Hun. Can you see the label on it? It's from Porn Hun. I think that you don't wear anything else with it. I think you just wear a jean waistband.
Nice catch. Nice catch.
I don't know.
Again, I'm just looking around the internet.
Is that Attila the Porn Hun?
Yes. The label is
if you have to go to the bathroom in this outfit, I don't think you'll have much of a problem.
You don't even have to undo it.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't worry about
moving on. Next product here. Here we go. And what would you say about this design here?
What in the world?
What is that?
Andy, can you describe it though for our...
It's sweat shorts with sleeves.
Oh, I can. This is this
saggy titted breastfeeding female.
It's got bunny ears.
Okay.
That's like what we got my uncle for a comical Christmas present one year.
Okay. Okay.
You know,
a white elephant, perhaps.
Yeah, like an elephant bottoms.
Okay.
Ooh, like
Now, I don't know what he just said, Andy. You literally
screenshot. Let's do a screenshot right there. Let me get Andy. It's a good face. Okay, got it.
Oh yes.
Don't freeze.
Oh, he unfroze right when you. So, is there any takeaways from this design that you might incorporate with some?
I'm trying to figure out if that's in the factory and like that's the sewing machines and like a new person did that the wrong way.
Okay.
That's actually in a store because I would just be like, oh, they need a little help.
Maybe they had spare parts that they wanted to work with.
Little guidance, little redirection on that one.
Yeah, little, zip and zap. All right,
zip zappity.
This next product. Oh, well, here we go.
Oh,
you're a leather person.
Mm-hmm. Those are hot.
Look at those toenails.
So
are those men's?
Somebody needs a penny.
We don't. No. We don't do that here. There is no pronoun on the picture.
It is theys.
So what we have.
What are they doing?
They are hot, but they live in Texas.
Now, have you ever been? Your toes get a little too sweaty when you're having your cowboy boots on. We've all been there, right? Well,
yes. Yes, indeed.
Are you tired of putting all that powder stuff in those boots like a sausage? Well, we've got a solution for you. This looks like an incorporation of stilettos, but not quite, and cowboy boots. Again, Jen, is there any takeaway from this that you could possibly use or have used in the past for your straps?
I like the little Firebird, embroidery on the top, but I think, I mean, I could take something and, maybe do something with it, but
I think they need to see a podiatrist for gout.
Yeah. Leave that one there.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Only a few more to go. Hold on. Let me see here.
Hang on.
Again, it's, you have to brand your stuff. When you first, come on, Andy, stop it. When you first look at, your product in its final form, it's like, is the message coming across correctly? You know what I mean? Is what my artistic side really being seen, or am I just leaving up for interpretation? I think this person didn't realize what they were doing with their design.
On the 2-pound rack, that's for sure.
Okay. Are you talking about like
hold on.
Rhyming, or are we talking about design?
Design. So especially if you're just learning English, this could be tough. But there's a yellow T-shirt. Yellow's my favorite color, by the way, and it says, "If you think I'm hot, buy me a SH."
Motherfucker said shit.
SH, but the I is a shot glass. It's not. It's a or an O, I suppose, but it's SH shot glass T. But the shot glass looks like an I. So if you think I'm hot, buy me a shit.
I didn't even see that until now. You know, that's why we need people like you around to save us, so that we can do all the bad things and not just what they brought us to see.
And people like to lay below glass coffee tables and have the perpetrator shit on the glass above and have it smear like inches away from their face. You know, I mean, so I mean, that's where that T-shirt comes from.
Okay,
thank you.
Yeah,
didn't
so
know
glad
that.
somebody was able to fill that in for us.
Okay,
from my early years of my current career. Yeah,
tell us more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I learned everything I've ever wanted and didn't want to know from my early years of what I'm doing right now. In the front office, baby.
I agree. Okay, we're basically down to the end here, folks. We only got a few minutes left. I've saved this product. Now, this product isn't as great as the buy me a shit or
can I address that really quick?
Shit on a glass table, coffee table, you know.
Yeah, it's the actual terminology for it's called
clear glass coffee table.
It's called a glass bottom boat.
Yep.
That's what they call that move is a glass bottom boat.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Did you just look this up?
No, I knew it from before. My internet connection took a shit.
It's actually in the Bible. It's actually
my internet connection took a shit on the coffee table.
These two by themselves invented that, by the way.
Yeah.
So
they just made it up and named it.
All right,
last did a journal entry in the podcast.
But then you've got your inland glass bottom boat, and then you've got your seafaring glass bottom boat, and there's a bunch of different
barnacles
variations. Okay. Yes, there's so many barnacles.
Last product here. Now, often, maybe you do too, Jen, is you kind of take a style here and you take a style over here and you kind of start to weave it all together, much maybe like the cowboy boots and sandal thing. But let's see here.
This fuck yeah. Punk croc.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking punk croc.
Hysterical. But
that's custom, baby. Custom.
There's something for every place. I would not be in what is that place called? That's that
Auntie Annie's.
Yeah, it's not really for Auntie Annie's, but you know, those would be a good show somewhere.
No. Okay.
I don't own them.
I know there was a pretzel place in my mall, my local mall called Hot Sam's.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's a Hot Sam pretzel, motherfucker.
Right next to the glass bottom boat in the Urban Dictionary.
And basically, he will fucking lay a pretzel fucking.
He's gonna twist a pretzel on your stomach.
He will lay a pretzel.
You have to tell me.
He'll lay a pretzel geometric shape on, like it will encircle your eyes and encompass your nose. He's like a motherfucking pretzel.
And then we put the glasses on. Hang on, hold still.
I got
all right. Everybody, we're having a little too much fun here. Hold on.
Steamers,
baby. No smiling. No smiling practice at home.
So we have reached the end of our
show. Happening at Eastland Mall.
Okay. We have clearly reached the end of our show, folks. One last time, we like to say you can find Jen's products at souldier.us. I believe there's still a spot where you can customize stuff and make requests.
Yeah, build your own online.
Awesome.
That is that.
We make them.
Jen, we love you and miss you, of course, and so happy that this worked out for today. You are such a delight.
You're a blasting.
Oh, as are you. I love you guys.
Thanks.
Where's your school? Where's your school at? I want to come invade.
It's in the nicest place in America, in Michigan, which is Buchanan, Michigan, which is right over the border from Indiana, and that's why it's famous, is because there's a lot of people smoking weed there. And Indiana will never have weed, so everybody comes to Michigan, and now we're Pot Town, USA.
Okay.
Pot Town, USA.
Except I have a school in the middle of all of this, which is just another random fact.
Would you call it Weed College for me?
Smoking in the boys' room.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Not yet.
All right, fair enough.
Damn it.
Julio says thanks, Jen, for tonight, and thank you, gents.
Thank you, Julio.
Thank you, Julio.
Yes.
We love you.
You would love him.
I already do.
Yeah.
If he knows you guys, that I already do.
I don't know why he sticks with us. We suck.
He's a pretty solid dude when it comes to that. Because
He's
if you
a
can stick with us for that
fucking
long,
dude.
yeah,
True.
He's the real deal.
That is the show, folks. We hope to see you
evening.
next week. We want to thank Jen once again for sparing some time because she's
Thank
probably
you,
going to go right
Jen.
back to work.
Thank you.
We have Peapod coming on again next week to talk about some wrestling that he's doing, some local wrestling and promotion.
Not wrestling, but wrestling.
And I'm sure we'll have some games or something.
Julio wrestling.
Anyway, folks, have a great week. We'll see you next Tuesday. And have a great end of your
Bye,
day.
everybody. Love you.